We only did like one new planet. We did the Toy Store yesterday. Actually, no, we did two new planets. We did the Acid Planet and the Toy Store. And we unlocked two new ones. We unlocked I can't remember what it's called, Atlantica and like Planaris or something, I think it was called. Fortunately, my game is bugged though, and it's not showing the new moons, but the other people are able to. Oh, hi.
Hello?
What's up?
Not much. Are we starting over today?
We could.
2200.
Yeah, I think we should eject and probably restart our quota. I mean,
we can get to that. Let's see. Do we still have Polaris unlocked? It's locked.
Wait, really?
Totally wasn't my fault that we have no money. Absolutely.
Wait, Polaris is locked?
Yeah. Yeah, for me.
Ah. Interesting. I guess it's because, well, maybe we can find it and it'll fix itself now. Oh, wait, what the heck? I can go... Oh. What did we unlock yesterday? Polaris and Atlantica? Was that the two?
We had to re-unlock Acidir, right?
Yeah. And can you go to Acidir?
No, currently locked.
Well, hopefully we can go there and just grab the log and it'll work.
Otherwise, what's the order? It's like Infernace, then Acidir.
Yeah, we found Acidir on Infernace, and then we found Polaris on Acidir, right? Yeah, I think so. Ooh. Yeah, I remember where it was.
Hey, how's
too.
it going?
Okay, nice.
Hello.
Hi, Lepa.
Hello.
Hello.
So Larksa is finishing some demo things, so she said we could play one round without her. I don't know. Salad said he's gonna join, but he went to go for a jog. I think Ain said he's down to join, so...
Everyone welcome.
So yeah, we might be waiting on... Well, we can play like one round without Salad and Larksa, and I think Apollo will join too. Let me see where Ain is.
I thought you were going to teleport Ain here. I don't know why I thought that.
That'd be crazy.
Well, hopefully if we find those planets, it'll work now. Because yeah, apparently two of the planets we found yesterday are like locked again, Lepa.
Oh man.
Yeah, like it was like bugged for me, but somehow Lobos was able to go there.
Yeah, I can't go there anymore.
We should be able to find them pretty easily.
Infernace is locked too. I don't remember how you unlock that. Yeah. Maybe we have to start the game? I don't know.
Oh, Infernace works for me. Oh, that's so weird.
Oh, hey, Andrew.
Oh, he's here.
I don't... Wait. What do I look like? Oh, yeah, okay.
I can't hear him.
I can hear him. He just said Lepa sucks.
Whoa!
Can you hear me? I'm talking to my mom. I don't hear you, in.
You're talking to your mom? Can I talk to your mom, Dis?
Sometimes she's in my Twitch chat.
Hi, Dis Mom.
That's her name, Dis Mom.
Dis Mom, perfect.
Are you gonna join Salad? Yeah, I think like the tape unlocks are tied to the host, so surely they'll work this time. You're gonna shower and food first? Okay, no worries. We can play like a round or two without you. I guess we should just start then. Is Apollo gonna join, by the way, Salad? I think we should eject and reset our quota, to be honest.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Let's get
into that.
Let's die.
Yay, my favorite activity.
As you have not met the profit quota, Your performance has been deemed below standard. Welcome to our disciplinary process.
Okay, Salad. Sounds good. Bye, jetpack. It's okay. We need to reset the quota. We have no loot in the ship, so I guess like going forward, maybe we should try to like keep some, maybe not like sell everything. I guess like try to keep some
But we
stuff.
wanted to meme, didn't we?
Welcome to your first day
Meme?
on the job.
Yeah, we
This is your
memed.
very
We got the
own
nuke.
autopilot ship.
Oh,
Hammer?
yeah. Well, that's not what I mean.
Yeah.
Because like our quota's 130 now, so we probably don't, if we get like 1,000 worth of stuff, maybe we don't sell everything.
Oh.
Can we make a ton of money at the torture planet or whatever?
Yeah,
Or
but
you-
it costs 1,500 to go
Shut up.
there.
Oh, ew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's expensive.
1,500.
All right. Well, we can't go Infernace yet because it's like
Ship looks so
280. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
but it's
okay.
unlocked?
No, it's not locked. We keep all the
Oh, okay.
the planets even after we reset. So
Oh.
I don't know why it's locked for you though. Like if you type moons, does it appear in the list, Lobos?
I don't think the new ones ever did for me. No,
Okay.
none of it does.
Rehost the save file to fix the moons.
Rehost is safe.
I have Echo. Yeah, that's Lobos, I think. It like echoes a little bit. Okay, I'll try to rehost and see if it fixes it. I mean, I can navigate to them, so I don't think it really matters, but I'll rehost real quick. Ain, are you good? Are you
He's asking if he's good.
This is statue.
One in.
Maybe it's like on the phone or something.
With this mom.
He's talking to his mama. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, well, let's just go to like I don't know, where should we go? We could go to
Some classic ass.
we could go Motra. Oh yeah, let's just go
Okay.
ass, sure.
Oh my god, that's vanilla. Holy shit.
Vanilla.
A little vanilla to start. Why not? Wait, it's stormy on the ass. Oh,
Vanilla. Oh no.
let's go to Motra.
What's Motra?
Motra's Mortars.
Oh, great.
Stormy as well. All right.
Yeah, I say let's just try to be quick with this, I guess. Just try to get some loot. We can just try to get some loot real quick
Get
and then
big
come
money.
back.
All right. Yeah, no dying for sure.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't. What is this place? Motra.
First one to die is a penis pump.
What the?
Holy. Fire.
Incoming!
Oh.
I think there's one. Oh, never mind.
Ooh.
I hear like 3 clocks.
I do hear the clocks.
Oh, mine.
Mine? Mine? Ooh. Journal. Oh, I don't like this. I don't think there's anything in those rooms.
And this is locked, no? Whoa.
Is there something else? Oh, you can keep going.
What the?
What? Lepa?
Am I getting this door just opened on its own.
Oh, I don't know if you should go there. Yeah, actually, you should go down there.
Okay. Oh. Yeah. No, I'm tripping balls, man. Holy. Starting.
What the fuck was that?
What? Did you hear all that?
Yeah, I did. You can open the hatches. Oh.
What the hell was that?
Huh?
I just heard Lobo screaming.
No,
No, he's dead.
Lobos. There's like some horrifying monster in this place that just like tears your head off.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I don't really know how it
Nice.
works. Oh, the main's here. Do you have loot? I'm gonna bring this loot back. Lobos Jr. collected. I don't know if they're like where else to look in there, to be honest. The ghost girl? No, there's like a new type of monster. I've never seen it though. It was like killing a bunch of people before. Can you like scan the secret files, I wonder? Or the journal? Oh! Alcatraz! Okay, it seems like the moon discovery is working again, so that's good. Ooh, wait, is that a fucking prison? Let's see. Who's alive? Lobos is dead. Trey is dead. Lepa is getting loot. Yeah, Trey is fucking dead. Ain is dead? Okay, alright. Yeah, Lepa, I think everyone else is dead. Lepa? Wait, why is he Oh, I think he had to drop the stuff. Because of the thunder. He was right here. What? Oh, hey, buddy. Do you have loot?
They're all dead.
Yeah, I saw. Oh, there's a rubber roll here.
It's not rubber, I can tell you that much.
Do you have any loot?
Yeah,
Okay, nice.
I think I have trades loot.
Yeah, I saw you pick some stuff up. All right, we can just get out of here. It seems
Oh,
like the
man.
moons are... I found, I scanned the secret files. I don't know if you saw the moon pop up for Alcatraz. It's like a...
I'm not sure.
Okay. I think we unlocked like a prison or something. Cost 400. Welcome back, gentlemen.
What did you
I got killed
see, Lobos?
There was a face when I opened the door, and it.
It ripped your head off.
Spooky.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
It was so funny. All I could hear was.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go to ass. Let's just do some little ass.
Yeah, that's not.
Call.
Small crew today. Some other people are going to be joining later. And
just
still
small,
talking to his
but-
mom.
It's okay that we're small.
Yeah. Yibbity yibbity. Wait, what demo is Larksa playing? The Booba game? Oh, it's this place.
Oh.
Oh, you can actually close these doors. Interesting. Wicked Seed, yeah. Key.
There's a block door in the very
Oh,
beginning.
nice. Yeah, let's do that. Lead the way.
Here?
Einrun.
No.
Your life, man.
Nothing, but we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, it might be a dead end. Maybe not, though. Where's the loot?
Yeah, it's nothing. Right through.
Oh, yeah. It is actually nothing. What's up, Trance? Thanks, buddy. When did Trey join? He's been here the whole time.
I've been all this time. Nothing.
Oh my god, dude. What is this place?
There's only dead ends.
Yeah,
Can't
this
find it.
place is... Oh, maybe let's go fire exit, I guess? I don't know. I'm gonna go fire. Damn, this is a shitty ass. Trying to go for high quota. Yeah, I used to. Honestly, I kind of got bored with high quota, though. I used to run 10 quota, which I got the record for that. Not anymore, but I had the record. Somebody clown horning? What is that? Is somebody horning? What is that? Oh my... Jesus.
Okay, thank you, Einrun.
Is it gonna... It's like waiting. It knows. Dude, why is it not fucking going? The moment you try to go through, it's gonna smash. Okay, yeah, come on. Running. The fire exit's over here. And hi, Lobos. Yeah, there's one. There's a spike trap though. Careful.
Okay, I'm coming. Yeah, is it the fire escape?
Yeah, fire escape's over here.
Okay. I dropped a haul.
Trey's dead.
Okay. Waiting.
Ain is horning.
Waiting. This one takes forever.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so slow. Am I back at main again? Oh, I am. Man, this map sucks. I think we just get out of here, honestly. Yeah, I updated my... Wait, I think I updated my YouTube title? Maybe I didn't. I think I was going to, and then maybe I got distracted. Dude, fucking go! Can I take his body? I don't actually know if I can. I think we should just get out of here. Honestly, this place sucks. I think we just leave, honestly. Oh, you got that stuff.
Yeah,
Nice.
I got a decent amount of stuff.
Yeah, we got a decent amount of stuff. Is Leppa dead? Oh no, Leppa's actually got some stuff. Oh, there's tons of loot in that room by Leppa.
Is he near main?
I don't know where he is.
I didn't see main.
There's like
before.
3 items next to him in that one room. Yeah.
Well, it looks like he's finding it.
I don't know if he's got space. Maybe he does. Took one of them.
This is that level that was.
Oh yeah, he's
that
got
you
space.
got lost in massively. I remember.
Yeah.
So- oh, and now he's taking that. Okay.
Okay. Ain loves the horn. Well, hopefully Leppa
How they
finds
doing?
his way out. He
He
seems pretty deep. He's lost in the sauce.
Yeah. Something in there with him. Oh. Oh.
Oh, we could do turret.
Is that a turret or a door? I guess.
Come on, Leppa.
I don't get why the head cam is like reversed. I guess. Is that default or?
I don't know actually.
When we played the new update, they had head cam, and it looked. Oh, is he dying? It looked out like forward. Oh shit. Ah! Go away! Did Aingo die? Oh.
Oh, Leppa's got a monster on him. Oh, I think Ain went to go.
Oh.
Oh, I think he's
Oh.
at main.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, Lep is dead. Wait. Yeah.
I think he might have a face hugger on him.
Something's.
What is going on?
I don't know. Wait, maybe he's holding the baby? I don't.
Oh. You might be right.
Is Trey still in there or is he dead?
Trey's dead, I think.
Oh.
What is going on with Leppa? I'm so confused.
He looks dead now. I think a spider hung him up or something.
Hmm.
Well, Ain's back. He got something. Oh.
Yeah, he got one of his items. I guess we just leave. I don't know.
Ooh,
If
nice.
we need to worry about the other thing.
Yeah, let's go. We got the apparatus, so that's good. And we get saved that for that.
I don't know if
Company,
the
right?
normal apparatus works. There was like an apparatus slot on that one map though. God, I can't remember which one it was called. It was the one with like the bird in the, not like the
Yeah.
house one, the other one with the bird. You remember what I'm
was
talking
it
about?
the toy store?
No, it was...
It was something that had an interior, I thought. Like, it did, like...
Hello.
Hello.
Hello!
Yeah, it looks like oil rig looking area almost.
Yeah.
I'm back.
I
Sorry.
don't know what it was
So
called
close.
It's all good. Wait, what
I'm back.
killed you, Lepa?
Just had to
A spider.
spider.
I see.
Yeah.
Shoot.
I just had to.
I was so close.
My
to
mom
the
was
exit,
telling me
too.
how I shouldn't play video games for a living.
Damn.
Yeah, well,
Really?
Is it because she's a streamer now and she doesn't want you to
a
take her
competition?
views?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do one more Motra. There's no weather effect here.
Motra.
And then we could go to Alcatraz after this if we wanted.
Alligator Alcatraz?
Where is Maine here?
It's up the
Oh my god.
up like the ramp here. I think you gotta go around though, like to the right this way.
Oh, okay. A little bit of a skip on the way.
Jeez. The nice thing about Maine is it's really quick to get back to the ship from Maine. You just like go down the
That's good.
cliff. I think Larksa said there's a way to like disable the mortars. Maybe somebody already did. Not sure how. Okay, Larksa.
Oh,
Sounds good.
classic interior.
Yeah.
The Lapa files. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh no 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 no.
Yeah.
Okay, he's alive.
Oh, you're good now.
He's alive.
Yeah, I got the valve over here at least.
Oh, this is a turret seed. I don't like this.
Excuse me. With his pink hair now? Oh, this is...
Careful for the mine.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Trophy?
congratulations, folder. Baton.
Nice.
Oi. I'm worried about turrets.
Yeah, we've already seen so many. Oh, apparatus room.
Apparatus.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Fuck!
What the fuck killed us? What was that?
No, it went boop, 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 boop.
Oh, I think it was the fucking hanging mine, dude. I didn't even see it though.
Mine.
Yeah, there's like a hanging mine.
No.
Oh, there was a file there too.
Yeah, there was something that was like 90.
Damn it! Oh God.
I see.
I really hope they make it out. We need to get that. We got like $700 for the loot in the ship.
It's getting spicy.
Was it me that ran in the mine, I wonder?
I mean, I was first, so I probably triggered it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't see anything.
I didn't see shit either.
How do it work? Don't look, don't look. I have no idea.
E-ring? I'm sensing a theme here. All right, I'm gonna try and get out.
I think maybe once Lepa gets to the...
I can hear a mine.
Once Lepa gets outside, maybe we call the ship to leave early.
Oh, main entrance.
Do we
That's
start
perfect.
over, by the way?
Yeah, I reset the quota because it was like so high.
Okay.
So yeah, we were at like
another spider?
2,300,
Great.
so...
Where's the ship?
Okay, let's all tell the ship to leave because they're both outside.
Okay. All right. A vote has been cast.
Did you? You know, I could have just gone back and gotten the key ring. Guess I'm the only one alive. Oh my god, you guys have so much stuff. What the fuck? Nar. Nar, dude. Nar.
Wait, he left Trey.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Lava, what are you doing?
He thought he was alone, I think.
Freaking new tape! No!
He has a tape too.
Dude.
Oh my god. Lava, what are you doing?
Oh, I found a new
I know,
tape.
I saw.
Yeah.
I found there's like fucking
Aaron
second
was
fire
lazy.
exit.
Lepo, did you
Lepa!
You killed Trey. Trey was alive. He was outside. He was like
found a
10
new
feet away
tape.
from the ship.
What do you mean to kill them?
Well, he was He was like literally
I was
outside the
alive.
ship. He wasn't dead.
Yeah, you.
Oh, then why did you do
Well-
the exit thing?
Because, well, I don't know. I just want, you guys were both outside, so I was like, I'll just call it so you know we're all dead, and you guys just go to the ship.
Oh, I didn't hear him.
Yeah,
Damn, I'm sorry.
it's all good. Shit happens.
I found a tape called Hive, and I found it in like a bee nest. That was like it was like a secondary fire exit that got me to that.
Damn.
Like, it was like some.
Yeah, I guess we shouldn't have called it. I don't know. I just wanted. Yeah.
Sucks to
that's my
suck,
bad.
Trey. Trey, you gotta start playing a little better, man. I don't know what to tell you. Okay.
Yeah, I
What was the
I know
first
it's been
thing
a
you
bit
say,
rough
and it's
start.
toxic.
Well,
I think
just finished
I
talking
think
to my mom,
Larks
so it makes
is
sense.
ready to join now, so I'm gonna rehost.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Okay.
No worries, Salad.
Report to the company building immediately to sell your scrap.
Oh, I can't. I feel like I kind of sabotaged by calling the thing, but
You can use the terminal to route
it's also
the
kind of
biomatter
Lepa's
to the
fault, so.
company building.
Sorry, Trey.
Not the new moon.
Hello?
Hi.
I think it's probably
Hi.
kind of easy to find on that map, though.
Mhm.
You have to find like second fire exit inside the place, and you can take it, and there's like a hive you can break to find the
Gotcha.
tape.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hi!
Welcome.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wait, is everyone here? Oh, they are. Okay.
Are we just doing barely quota?
It's
We
four.
buy some
It's
stuff early.
yeah. We can sell everything for the first quota, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Are we keeping the apparatus or not?
We can keep it. Why not?
Who's having fun here? Lepa. Do we keep the key ring? How does...
Oh yeah, remember the?
Find...
Hmm?
Do we find any new planets?
We found Alcatraz, like a prison. Trey found a planet and then Lepa killed him, so we lost that moon, unfortunately.
Lava!
What? It wasn't me.
Oh my
It kind
God.
of was you.
Reaping.
It's okay though. We'll get it. We'll find it again. It's okay.
We selling the key ring? What about the secret files?
That's the ring to my chest.
The secret files was for the Alcatraz, so you could sell it. We already got the moon.
Okay. Okay.
Should we buy some flashlights? Let's see. Is anything on sale?
Prison's probably dark. Well, maybe not.
Yeah. All right, I bought us some flashlights and some shovels.
Dude, please, please.
Yeah.
Can I get the chainsaw?
How much is
Can I
it?
get the chainsaw.
The chainsaw.
180.
Yeah, I think you
180.
could buy it. Yeah, we should have enough.
Okay, don't buy the new.
Who frickin' flipped this thing around?
Not me.
Oh,
just
God, it's
don't kill
iPhone!
anybody, because we're gonna lose money if somebody does.
Oh God.
Okay, thank you.
Wow.
Oh my god. All right, let's get out of here. Do you got the extra flashlights from the store or the?
Oh God, let's go get them. Where are
did-
they? The store
did
drops
anybody
here
grab them?
somewhere.
Oh.
Quickly. Okay.
Oh my god, you bought so many.
Yeah, I bought one for each of us.
I will use none of these.
Damn.
That's really fucking rude. Give me chainsaw, Lapa.
For not.
Yes.
Okay. For not
already
using
chainsawed
up
him a little bit.
flashlights. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. What the fuck?
All right, guys. Shall we go to Alcatraz? New Moon?
Yeah.
Whatever
I
you
wanna
want,
visit,
man.
Yeah, let's
I wanna
go.
visit chats.
It is foggy. That might not be good. I don't know. So we could go
It's probably
Alcatraz
fine.
or we could go Infernace and get the tape again for Acidir.
Okay. Sounds like
Inferno?
plan.
Infernus is fine, so maybe we go there.
Yeah.
And we can get,
Is that the one with lava?
yeah, it's the lava one.
Lover?
Laver.
Hmm.
Lover.
Well, we need to unlock the moon again because it like bugged out yesterday, unfortunately. But it seems like it's working now. Like they're actually unlocking for me.
Cut off there a bit. We need to unlock what?
We need to get the log here
We
again
need to unlock what?
to unlock acid.
Log.
Yeah.
Quack. Acid.
Does anyone remember where that is?
Is it outside?
Somewhere
I think it's
outside.
outside to the
yeah.
left. Oh my. Bone Main.
The spotlight's over here.
Ainrun,
Yo!
this stick says hi.
I think it's this
Okay.
way. Where is this thing? Oh, it's over here. I see it.
I think it's a gimmick, you know? I've
Oh,
convinced
yeah,
them all
yeah.
that it's just a gimmick.
Makes sense.
So what do you get now that you got second aim? You get like a t-shirt or something?
I think I got a Pragmata hat. Oh, that shit is so ass, man! It was less than half a second. Like, come on.
Yeah, they should just
Oh,
fly you
hat
both
is pretty
out.
cool.
Ah, here's the log.
Wait, what?
Hat is cool.
Yeah.
Does that say I'm second?
I don't know. We'll see. I'll send it to you when I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not a hat person.
All right, I'm
Are
gonna
you a
turn in this
sausage
log.
person?
Oh, there's a spoder.
I like a good sausage.
Yeah, same.
Bratwurst.
Well, main's over there, guys. Oh,
Okay, well,
there's a Spoderdo.
I can bait him. Or you can do that, yeah. Well, are you stuck? Oh my god, okay.
I'm running.
Oh, he's just chilling.
He's chilling,
man.
yeah. As long as you don't touch his webs, I think he's fine. Alright, I'm gonna turn in this journal. Hopefully it works now. I don't know why it bugged out yesterday, but it seems like it's fine now.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it didn't fucking do anything, dude. Did it pop up for you?
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Oh, it's so weird, man. What is with this game? Why is it doing that? It's like I just can't
Trey.
unlock this one.
I'm sure Trey's fine. But he's just like standing still.
He's standing still? Gee, I don't know if he's okay.
Wait, so it doesn't work for you? Or 'cause I
Yeah,
saw the
it doesn't pop up for
Yeah.
me. But it's weird because like
Oh.
one of the other
But do you
moons.
still get
I-
the planet or no?
No, like if I type it in, it says
Oh.
it's locked. But you guys
Oh,
will be
weird.
able to go there. But the problem is, like, if I rehost, then it's
Oh.
if I rehost, then it's gonna be locked again, and we're gonna have to get it again.
Hmm.
Because I think it's like the ones that are, it's like tied to the host, like which moons
Oh,
are unlocked.
I see, okay,
so-
yeah.
That's so scuffed.
Yeah, maybe someone else needs to turn it in or something.
Yesterday somebody else turned it in. It still didn't pop up for me, so
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe we keep the log. Bro, what? Maine is underwater.
What? How does that even work?
Wait, maybe they
Well-
drained it? I have no idea.
Well, do you know where a fire escape is?
Not sure. They must have gone to one though. Maybe it's like all the way over here. Where's the fire escape? Yeah, I don't think it's over that way. I have no idea. Something causes the water to get drained here, but I don't know how it works. Oh. The water's drained now. Are you here, Ain?
Oh, drained
yeah,
now?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I went.
Yeah, I left to tell you. Seems like a dead end. What's that sound?
Doesn't sound good, whatever it is.
Oh no. Oh my god.
Jesus.
Tried to poke us.
Yeah. Actually, it got me too. I didn't even notice.
Like the others might be waiting on us. I have no idea where we're going.
Yeah. I know, maybe we should just try to go back.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking as well. Looks like there might be something here. This place is fucking empty, man.
Yeah. We didn't even get that much loot, I think. Back in the ship.
I know there's a... Oh, actually, never mind. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm lost. Do you remember the way back?
Not really.
I think we were on the middle floor, right? The fuck was that? Was that you?
Yeah, it was me.
Thought that was a monster.
Oh, wait. This seems familiar. Is it?
Yeah,
is
I
this
think
the door?
I think that's
Oh,
the
okay.
door.
Yeah.
Okay, well this sucks. God dang it. Oh, somebody killed the spoder.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Lobos? Lepa? I heard somebody. Who was that? Bro!
This!
What?
Lobos found my big bone.
Oh.
Oh, he's in Sam's fortress now.
God, I was gonna close the fucking door, but I put the fucking... I put the locker in front of the button. Ugh. Oops.
Dude.
I didn't realize it was blocking the button. Lobos is
Lapa
alive.
drowned me by taking out the key.
Oh no.
But Lobos went back
Yeah,
for
so
my
you know, there's the
dough.
vaults. There are like these vaults in this map, right?
Yeah, you got the eye,
That's
right?
where we found the... Yeah, so it drowns the place, but I guess it also like drains the water out of the other parts or something. I don't know exactly how it works, but...
Son!
Lobos
Shit.
bone!
Your bone and your bones. The dog ate them.
Oh,
Oh no.
Shit!
Oh. I think Lepa's dead.
No, let me go.
Maybe not.
Damn it. I just...
Oh, he's dead.
He's fine. Oh no, he's not fine. Nope.
nice content, Lapa.
Hello.
Nice content. Also drowned me, by the way. You flooded that room.
Yeah, it happens.
I was looking for the part that got drained, but I didn't find any loot. Ain and I. Like not a single item.
Maybe that bone was worth like a gold bar.
How much did we get?
Yeah.
There
Still
wasn't
most
much.
profitable though.
If we go back, we have a dungeon key.
Yeah, I'm down.
go.
Let's do it.
Alright, I'm moving this frickin' cabinet because I trolled myself.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I couldn't close the door and the dog
Is it 'cause
ate
the
me.
button. Oh.
Unfortunately, though, the log is like bugging out still. Like it's not unlocking the moon for me. So yeah, I don't know. I think maybe before we go to
I
the
can do
company
it.
building. Yeah, it's just the problem is, Lobos, like every time I rehost, it's not going to be unlocked again because it's like tied to the host.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's so weird. Maybe I can like use a mod to like force it to unlock or something.
Cheat engine.
There's another way to unlock it. I mean, you can spoil, because at this point, like, I don't know how to... Like, it's bugged. Like, the log doesn't work for some reason. So, I don't know. Like, I mean, what should I do? My only thought is, like, maybe when we go to the company building... Well, yeah, I could leave it in the ship. And I could try... I could, like, maybe, like, when we get to the when we go to sell stuff, I, like, go to the company, or I rehost, and then I try to put it in. But it just, I don't know. It just doesn't fucking do anything.
Is there a key, maybe? Do we have a key?
Who
died?
I think Trey said he had a key or something, or Lobos.
Who died?
Did anyone die?
I got the effect.
Everyone's alive.
Oh.
Oh wait,
did I
no,
get the
never
effect?
mind. Lobos dead, I think.
Oh, okay.
He's like right outside the ship. How the hell did he die?
Oh, I see him. Can you spot him?
Oh, the bees. All right, I'll do the hive. I got it.
Alone? Really?
Dude, trying to do this together just literally kills you. Like it's actually
Okay,
like suicidal.
I'll leave you to it. I trust.
right.
I trust.
Oh shit, Lobo. Wait. Oh god. Damn, Lobos had the dungeon key. Lobos, buddy. Oh, wait, whose dead body is this? Oh, that's Ain. Wait, is that Ain? Oh my god, electrocution. Ain died at the Beehive. I thought it was Lobos. Oh no, dude.
Oh, it was Ainrin?
Yeah, Lobos is dead over there. He got turned into a web. I got his dungeon key. Wait, where do you use the dungeon key? Did you find it?
It's like, no, I don't think this one has them. Because this is a mine. Just a regular mine.
Oh, okay. You might be right. Chainsaw the spider? Oh yeah, wait. We could chainsaw the spider. I will avenge you, Lobos. Wait, is that 2 spiders? Damn, this thing uses like no stamina to swing. Damn, this thing is OP. Holy shit. Can save the tapes and logs in the ship. Yeah, actually, I guess that's true. Like, we just keep the logs, so like the next time we play, we can unlock it again. If it stays bugged, I guess. That's a good idea. That's smart, actually. man. I want to go to a new planet. I hope... Oh, man. Maybe I should have checked to make sure everyone's... I hope I'm... Oh, my God. Holy shit. Well... That's great. Is everyone dead? Oh, no. Leppa's alive. Hi, Leppa.
So I may have angered the yippies.
Yeah, I noticed. I almost died. I went down there.
Yeah, they're gatekeeping both the fire exit and the main entrance, so we can't get in. Unless...
Everyone else is
I
dead.
don't know, you want to go and beat them up?
I don't know, man.
Ooh, we could totally fight them. We can totally take them on.
We could try. I mean, I'm already half
We got
health,
the
though.
chainsaw?
Are you missing health?
Yeah, quite a bit.
I think we...
Oh,
maybe.
man.
I don't know, man. I want to go, but, like, everyone else is
toss
dead.
an Ainer like this, and he'll create a distraction. And then we can beat him up.
If I wasn't missing health, I'd feel like I'd be more
Right.
down.
Okay. Well, I guess we leave.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's just leave. The next day will be better. Just bring everybody back.
How about are you getting the...
Oh, the hive.
hive?
Yeah. Shit, good idea.
At least we got that.
True.
Nice. Good job. How do you do it? Mm-mm-mm.
Bit of a rough quote of that one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always dying.
Oofa.
I'm sorry, Larkson.
How you
Hold me again.
Holy. Everyone talking about...
Was it Leppa who angered all the
Yeah.
bugs?
Yeah.
God
What?
damn
I
it.
came in and
Leppa.
took one thing.
You
I was
killed me like
supposed to
3
know.
times
Leppa
already.
induced deaths.
Also, like, the chains like 10 hits to kill a spider.
It's like 5 or 6.
Leppa, where are you? Where's Leppa?
It also
I am not
uses
touching
no
this
stamina.
goddamn thing this round.
There's a hurricane, which I still don't
Ooh.
really know what hurricane does, to be honest, but...
Nothing.
It's okay. We're used to it, discs.
Whoa.
Yeah. Midwest is all tornadoes.
Is that bees?
Yeah.
Oh, there are bees. Oh my
Oh, God. Okay, guys, careful. No, you're fine. Did he fall?
No, dude.
I didn't do anything.
Oh my God, no!
my
Oh my
God,
God,
that
I'm
was
fucking
low.
falling now
Fuck
too!
me. No, this.
No,
No.
no,
No. This.
Fuck! I went to look for Lobos in the hole and then I fucking fell down too. I slipped.
No, I'm black screened.
Oh, the
I'll
hurricane
fix
is
later.
windy? I guess maybe it pushed me in. Oh, you're black screened? Oh my God.
Yeah, until res.
It would be nice if there was a way to like, in this mod, to like revive, or like add a mod to like revive people that we could like pay for or something. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
You got from the main entrance or?
The fire.
Yours? Yeah. Yours.
That now? No. Okay.
No. I was just about to say. Not even close. Come back
There's
here.
another one close by.
What's at the mine? What's at the mine?
Yeah.
They're all dead! They're all dead!
Really?
Oh my...
Not another fleet lock, but this thing is such a troll. I was trying to use this to defend myself, but that actually doesn't shoot.
Oh, you're dead now too, Ain.
No, it's just... It tells you can use it, but it doesn't
You
shoot.
just threaten lockout with it.
Okay, why didn't Lepa say
Yeah,
anything? He was literally just
He
standing
was
there
he
looking
was
at me,
he
man.
baited you, dude.
Yes,
He
Lepa.
fucking knew.
Oh my god, this fucking guy.
I found Big Luta.
Oh, nice. It's. I think it's just the two of us.
Wait, it is?
Yeah, I think so.
There's a mod for a defib. That could be cool.
Oh, doo doo.
Wait, I didn't mean to click. I didn't mean to do anything.
Oh, that's why you kept clicking it multiple times, right?
Yeah,
Because you
yeah,
didn't
my
mean to click it.
My finger slipped.
I bet your finger slipped. Oh, Trade, is that
I have a
you?
lot here. Yeah, I have a lot of loot in here.
So glad you're still okay.
Yeah. There's population.
All right, Sal, you could join after this.
What?
You have to go through the caves and through the water to get the loot here.
Oh no.
Oh my god. That.
No, the statue of
Trade.
friendship. Yes, yes, good. Good.
Oh my god.
You just go ahead, by the way. I'll follow
No,
you.
there's a trap. You think I didn't see that?
There's no trap. What are you talking about?
I'm not having
All right.
Are we lost?
Yeah, it's been rough.
We have.
I've been dead like every time.
Unlocks that,
Don't
right?
I died there.
What? No way! How?
Oh my god, why are they dead?
Pickaxe.
Oh, pickaxe.
Anything else? I think we need to go to the fire exit and help Trade.
I'm gonna grab a drink.
I'll surely find my
We
body.
also might need to take Ainrin's corpse. You know what? No. I don't trust. Sure would be a shame if my finger slipped. Achoo!
Ah! Did you hit me?
Did I? I'm sorry.
Yeah, like actually.
I'm sorry. I was aiming at the wall.
Toxic.
All of this just for him to die.
Yo,
It's
this
so
thing weighs a
heavy,
ton.
I can't see. Oh my god, this thing weighs a ton too, but it's like my pee-pee.
What? Oh, tattered metal sheet.
Oh fuck!
Was there loot here? That's weird.
Someone died?
Oh. Where are we?
We are... Oh god! What's that?
I don't know.
Oh, wait,
Does
the ship
anybody
is
in
over
chat
there.
know if
Oh,
there's a
wait,
way-
no, what's that?
It's to the left.
Oh, look, there's a fire exit. This.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let's go!
It was.
Does anybody in chat know if there's a way to like force unlock?
Names?
Maybe?
I sort of kind of want to go help Trade.
Yeah, we need more loot that.
He's alive.
I
Oh.
think Trey died.
Oh no. Yo, you wanna... I don't know. Do you want to stay here and watch me die and I'll try and get something? Or
Okay, okay,
or you,
okay.
do you want to go in?
No, you can create content. I will snap.
Okay, okay.
Download
Okay,
acid
here
ears
we go.
separately, but that's not.
I'm gonna watch the vlog.
I mean, we already have it
later.
downloaded.
Whoa! Oh my god, that was scary.
I don't know. It's so weird that it's bugged out.
Okay, chat. What is your favorite? What's your favorite daytime activity? My favorite daytime activity is dad jokes. Okay, yeah. Jorgen, fuck. My working. Are you serious? My favorite daytime activity is probably streaming.
That's what I say, surely.
Yeah. Watch Imagine what's the stream. Ah! Somebody VIP soon us.
Well, it is
What is
unlocked
Mama
for
doing?
somebody else.
Oh.
Hit a button to teleport teammates to the ship. Was it a mod? It was too imbalanced?
Stream
No,
ends
it's not a mod. It's part of the vanilla game, and it's not really imbalanced.
Demented! Are you
Because when you
joining?
teleport somebody to the ship, it drops all of the loot that they're carrying.
No, not Ben! Oh god, run! Okay, Chatsu, then what is your... Oh, dude, Lata's gonna die. There's a monster chasing him. Oh, he's almost...
Isn't this the same hole?
Found your boss.
This is where I
You
died
avoid
in
the dead
water.
crewmates penalty. Yeah, but that's part of the fucking game,
He
bro.
didn't. Did he?
And the
There's no way he went in
the
here.
dead crewmate penalty is punishing, and you don't even you don't even negate, you don't
Oh my
even
God, this is
avoid
where
it.
he
Went the wrong way.
You still lose
my
hundreds
God.
of fucking dollars every time.
Oh my god, this is so interesting.
I'm actually
Oh my God,
shocked that
Bone.
you're saying that's
Oh wow.
that's
Wowzers.
imbalanced.
Trade, please, 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 please. Please, 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 please.
Oh, you can see like.
Oh
the
my God,
glow
why is
coming
it
from
such
the
a
water
goddamn
with
maze?
My lord.
Yeah.
Labyrinthe.
Your?
Yeah, sorry. Let me change my YouTube title.
Dude, I'm running out of time. What? More bones? What? Minecraft. Oh, spider.
You died in like one of those spots where they find like cavers dead like 30 years after they went.
Is that a lantern?
Come on, Lepa.
There you go.
Oh, that's where Trey died.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
think so.
Oh, he's gonna die now too. Here we
There
go.
it is. He found it.
Oh. He's gonna die now as well.
How did he even die in here? Lark's RV humping? What is she doing?
Wow! What the? Oh my god! My content!
Wait, well, what's killing you guys? Are you like suffocating?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
well,
drown.
It's weird
in the
because it looks
water.
like your head's above the water, but I guess not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can unlock the moons in a config file. Which config file, though? Do you know?
Damn, we were gonna get loot that.
Oh, I can see.
You were so close to the loot
all
that.
right. Salad is going to join us now. Do we have enough for quota?
Okay.
We have enough for quota, right? Oh yeah, we got 500. Yeah, we're fine. Okay.
Okay.
Waiting.
Okay.
Okay.
Lethal config. Let me download that. Because there's like 2 planets that we should have unlocked, but they're not. Let me see if this works. Of course, I'm happy you're joining Sal. I don't want to do that. Because I don't want to unlock every moon. Yeah, I don't know. Well, whatever. config. Epinex config. I am BatB.
About to be.
I'm trying to see if I can force the 2 moons that we don't have to unlock with like the config files.
What the fuck is that?
That was a
A
loud
squeaky
squeaky
toy.
toy.
Sorry, dog is
Oh,
Beehive.
cute. Man, everything reminds me of her.
Same.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Was she a bee?
Not quite. She was beautiful.
Wow.
Oh my god.
She was
My
the
God.
woman of my dreams.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Oh my god, stop fucking dropping that thing.
Sorry, does it make you uncomfortable?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What the fuck is push to mute?
Alright. Let's go to the company.
Oh, salad.
Hello.
Is that a gun? Oh, it's a pickaxe.
Is that a gun or are you just happy to see me?
Oh, I'm happy to
Ah.
show you my gun. Wait, you have a gun?
Oh. I do have a gun, yes. Ugh, holy lag.
Yeah.
Oh, right. We're just.
Oh,
I downloaded the wrong push
yeah,
to mute.
I was ready
It's
to
called
go,
toggle
man.
mute. Everybody keeps doing this. Downloading the
Oh,
wrong.
fuck.
That made me crash out so hard.
I just
last
fell
night.
through the map.
I like.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, it unlocked! For me.
Hey.
Oh,
See,
thank
all
God.
you had to do was
Okay.
go out of bounds, like the true way.
What is a beholder's eye?
It's a rare.
I don't know what we do with
I
it.
can't
I,
sell the
mute button.
apparatus. Oh, we can't sell that. Don't sell it.
Do we not sell the eye?
I don't know.
Oh,
It might be used for
I
something.
don't know. I would keep it, honestly.
Yeah, we can keep it.
Oh, that
Okay.
thing? Hmm.
I think we should keep it.
Huh.
Right, I'm hot biking, I give up. I can't even find the button change for this stupid mod.
Can you shoot with it?
Yeah, I griefed everybody by
No,
not
it
adding
says
toggle mute to the
you.
fucking pack.
Oh.
Yeah, and we're too stupid to do it ourselves, this.
Yeah, actually. That could have saved me from one mental breakdown this week.
Oh, the next one
was
has been,
Outer Wilds.
Oh, we could sell this
I'm going
travel log.
fucking crazy.
Are you gonna play the DLC?
Oh no. You can do it.
That's the problem. I don't even have TikTok brain.
Don't sell it in case you need to do it again. But it's unlocked. I don't have to do it again.
Yes.
It's fine.
Okay, case
Oh, no.
points.
No, but that's not the point. I'm just really ADHD brain.
How did? Okay.
Yeah,
I
okay,
don't
okay.
know if we're gonna have enough money to go
It's
to
hard to
a new
consecrate.
moon because Lepa died.
Hey, what the fuck?
Or wait,
Leave him! Put him outside
What the fuck
ship.
is this?
Put him outside.
no,
How dare you?
Lava.
we need to
Nothing
recover
if
the
It's like a
body.
key. Open like a big
What?
door.
Hold it.
Alright, only.
Dungeon.
Oh yeah, we can go to Atlantica, I guess.
Hang
We'll
on.
go there. All right, let's fucking
What
take off.
about Alcatraz?
We don't have enough money.
Oh, okay, okay.
I want to go to prison.
Hold it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too. I I love prison so much. Like,
God.
I want to eat prison food. I feel like vibe and sing prison
Not a
songs.
key.
I kind of want some
Cell
ramen.
buddy, Larksa.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, every single round.
Thank
Every
you.
single. Stop blaming me for stuff, guys.
Wait, how did you
Getting
die,
really
Lepa?
frustrated.
So, okay, just saying, guys, when you're selling stuff, don't fucking talk, because it reacts to you talking, so if everybody's fucking yapping next to it and it's open, he'll just kill you.
No, I think I puked.
Just in general, let's all just don't talk.
That's true.
Everybody just
Yeah,
toggle
because that's
mute.
gonna happen.
Okay, we're going to
Oh, yeah,
the
so
Sunken
let's push
City,
to mute real
guys.
quick.
Okay.
To where?
It's eclipsed. Oh, that's fucking great.
Oh,
Fuck
hey,
it.
Don't worry,
it is
I'm an eclipse
Atlantica.
specialist. I got this.
Night. Need more money.
Oh, yeah.
Beep boop.
Most fiddle every round.
Oh my God.
That's so cool.
Holy
Wow, wow, wow,
Atlantis.
wow. Bones.
Wow, wow,
Whale
wow,
bones.
woo.
Wow.
This is
it's
sick.
real.
I'm going this way.
I'll join you this way as well.
Alright.
Sure, there's an fire exit.
New creature data.
Something.
Oh. He shouldn't bother us. We don't have loot. Wait, do you have a flashlight or anything?
No.
Okay.
How do you activate the bridge? Oh.
Just push,
Open
push.
Oh.
sesame. Oh my god, it worked!
Oh no, what?
What do you mean? What do you
Somebody
mean
must be
I'm dead?
carrying a fucking flashlight or something.
What?
What the fuck is that?
What?
Oh! Holy shit! What is it? Inspect?
The entrance?
Oh, a map! This unlocks a moon, I think.
Sauron, is that you?
What is this? Inspect.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, new moon at least.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wonder what it unlocks.
Oh, there's a fire exit here, guys.
Oh, what?
Wait, where are you?
We fucking blind?
Right here.
Oh my God, it's right here. How did we not
Oh.
see that?
Oh.
It's so dark.
Bro, I keep getting the ping.
Oh, what
Like,
is
okay,
this?
we
This is
discovered a
new.
new moon.
This is very. Oh, careful off now. Ah,
Oh, Squeaky Shoes is here. Oh, the dungeon key!
holy okay.
We have a dungeon key. I'm gonna go grab it.
It's like this in my house when I get
Okay. 3 hoarding bugs?
Oh my good lord.
Maybe I should grab the chainsaw to kill these fucking bugs. If I use the dungeon key, though, it might... Oh my god. What the fuck? Bro. What the fuck is this? They're gonna kill me if I I'm killing the yippy bugs.
Did you see the baboon hawks?
No.
Like
There's an army of them, dude. So
Dude, there's
many.
like 20 of them. Holy shit.
Yeah.
We found the key thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
This is
Yeah,
like, whoa!
Why are there like 50 yippies in here? What's going on?
I
What you
killed
guys
them.
doing? Oh my god.
Oh my Jesus.
There's only a
Graveyard.
couple. There's like 10 of them. Are you? What do you mean? There's only a couple?
Do we want to bring the dungeon key to that spot?
I have it on me. We could try.
Dude,
Oh
it's
my God.
eclipse. Can we do that tomorrow?
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. I don't know if we're gonna want to try to
Get
attack
out.
these guys. I wish we had a dynamite.
Yo, the rest of...
Guys,
Oh my
Holy shit.
god!
get the fuck in the ship, guys!
Oh no! Take off! I don't know! Take off! I don't know! I'm running!
It's death.
Oh my
It's
fucking god!
compromised!
Oh my fucking god, dude!
Okay, okay.
I don't know if it was takeoff time.
I went around.
Get on the side of the ship.
There's so
Do you see how many enemies are piled up there?
No, they're
Dude,
in the
there's
ship,
more-
Trey.
there's
Get
more
on the
in
side.
The ship.
Oh,
What?
Oh my
Dude.
god.
Oh my god.
Somebody has to like
Move!
has to just go in and hit the lever.
Oh, Jesus. How do we...
Okay.
Oh, let's vote to leave, Lepa.
Somebody's
It'll
gotta
make the
pull
ship
it.
take off.
Who's in the
Oh, yeah, true.
Okay, I'll try.
Oh, okay.
I can't pull the thing.
Wait,
Well-
they voted. It's gonna auto...
they wanted
get
to
out the
leave,
ship.
so
Okay, it's in, it's in,
So it's
it's in,
good.
it's in.
Holy...
Holy shit.
dude.
They're
Well,
feasting.
I think Salad's
Oh,
dead, man.
Jesus.
That wasn't necessary. We
I
voted
was
for the
trying
Sounds
to
got
kill
the
one.
body right here.
Fucking-
Well, Lobos knows.
least
They
Gotta
know.
wait here a bit.
Wait, when's the ship leaving?
What? Did you leave?
No, I don't think so. I think there's one inside, right?
In like 20 seconds or something.
No, there's not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is it clear?
I'm going in. I'm pretty
Holy
much.
shit, what a
Nice.
massacre.
Oh,
What is
Jesus.
this? Holy shit, this
leave
is
it.
insane.
I'm closing the door.
Oh,
There's so
yeah.
many.
How much is this even worth?
Oh, what the fuck?
The fuck?
What is that? What just happened?
It is a bloodbath.
What even happened to you, Lepa?
No notes.
Oh,
No notes.
I got rammed by a baboon hawk there.
Good job, guys.
What is this?
We
Like a-
died.
What's
Okay,
the
we
movie?
can-
We
Maybe
can go back and do it.
Where do we go?
It's
Yeah,
not
let's go
Eclipse
back.
this time,
Yeah, it's
see?
fine.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Is it a console or? Is it a console?
No, it's fine.
No, it's not.
No.
I have the key.
Oh my god. Where's the fire escape?
There's a key. Okay.
Is it his
Wait.
back way?
Oh, you have to push it. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, guys, I'm underneath the.
I think she'll teleport back. She'll be fine. Or did she die? She died. Oh my god. I think she jumped out too fast. Whew. All right. This map is chaos, dude. Holy. Ooh, let's check what moon we unlocked. the map. What did we unlock? Atlantica, Acidir, Uldred. Oh, Lacaro. We unlocked Lacaro. It's 630 to go there. Hmm. I'm gonna go this way. This is probably where main is.
Oh, what is that?
There's
Oh,
something.
there's something down. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a
Wait, I found a note. Read this note. Have you read
Oh.
this? It says
Wet
to find
note.
a higher point. Yeah, that's why I got here.
I wake
oh, sorry,
up
yeah, that was me.
to screams of terror. The city is sinking. All is flooded. We need to leave. Only the bridge can save us. The bridge is gone. No hope. I need to find a higher point. Okay.
Yeah, maybe this is a higher point, but there's something down there too.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any way back if we drop down there.
What is?
It's like
Well,
an octopus.
This is like Maine though.
Wait, somebody got
I
a
guess?
map of Cosmicos. I think that's
Oh.
a new moon, maybe.
So I guess this is Maine. I kind of want to
Yeah,
drop
this is
down.
Maine.
Well, I guess let's go into Maine and then we'll loot and then drop down after maybe.
Yeah, well, if we drop down there, though, I think we're just dead. I think we need like a ladder
okay.
or like a jetpack or something.
There's something down there though. I mean,
Where?
Down
here,
below,
you can see
there's like an
an
octopus.
kinda guy.
Oh, shoot.
I think we should loot first though, just so that
Yeah.
like if we die.
Because it's gonna flood. It's gonna flood.
Are you going back to the ship, Lobos?
No, I just came from the ship.
Oh, okay. We got a wet
I'm
note.
going. What?
Oh, the music.
Oh, spike. There's like an eyeball
What?
thing.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
It's scaring me.
It's like a spike. Whoa.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Okay. Don't really like that. Oh, this one's
Yeah.
doing that too.
We good?
Oh shit.
Thumper?
You're a thumper.
Oh, shit.
Oh, there's a creepy eye here. What the fuck does that do?
Don't get seen by it.
Oh. Okay. I have a dungeon key.
Dungeon
Oh,
key?
did you?
Hmm.
Find the door, we can get in then, but I've not found it
I don't think
yet.
there's anything else here.
Did you guys know that this dungeon fills with water every now and again?
Oh. That's fun. Hi.
Yeah.
You find any
Yeah,
loot?
there's a thumper. No, I haven't bought a single thing. There's,
Yeah.
like, at the bottom level, there's some like side areas, but
Oh,
there's a thumper.
I got
there,
fish
so-
bones.
We could go through the fire. Yeah.
Nice map, yes.
Thanks. Fucking spike trap is waiting for me. Come on, do it. Dude, go. This is so fucking grief, bro. What the fuck? Can you like... bait it?
There's nothing over there.
Just run through. Jesus Christ. Bruh. I'm not fucking going that way. I fucking hate this dude. Fuck is that? It goes. Oh, oh no, no, no. No. No, don't go higher. Don't go any higher. Oh, ho, 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 ho! I'm fine. I think it'll go back down. Something in here. There's nothing. I think. What about over? Oh no. Christ. The fuck do I get back up, man? No fucking way. I'm leaving. Fuck this place. Oh my god, it's fucking 9 p.m. Hello? Ray? Hey.
Hey,
What is that?
got a new.
Oh, you got an
beholder,
eye. Nice.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe we'd get a different type of eye because it's a different planet, but seems to be the same.
I wonder if that is just a sellable or if it's actually used for something.
Yeah, no idea.
Salad's still alive.
Yeah, he was checking for stuff in there,
Okay.
but I don't know.
I saw you
Poor
guys
Mark's
found a map of Cosmicos. I think
Oh.
that's a new planet. Yeah, it's right on the ground here.
Cosmocos is currently locked. Did we turn it in?
Is there a
this?
logging machine here?
Oh, I
There's
don't know.
right behind the ship. Right behind the
Oh,
ship.
here,
there
let
is.
me do it, Lobos, just in case.
Okay.
I'm here.
Hello. Careful, ship's sick. Oh no, we got 1 hour.
Oh no, it doesn't let me log it.
Oh, interesting. Oh, you found stuff. Nice.
It's like really late.
A lot of fossils. Fish
All right.
bones.
Everybody's in. Let's get out of here.
Oh look, Leper's dead again.
This map's kind of scary when the water starts filling up. Oh, what is going on out
Yeah.
Is it flood?
I want to know.
Oh.
Doesn't do anything. Oh,
We gotta get to that octopus.
there? Yeah, I think you need a jetpack though, or like a ladder or something.
Yeah.
I don't think we have money. Yeah, we don't got any money.
Wait,
600
oh,
bucks
we
though.
collected more than
Dude,
there
I
was.
got through the shit into the fucking
Yeah,
ground.
just careful jumping out right away. That
sounds
can
like a
happen.
skill issue to
I
me.
don't...
Alright, it is Hurricane.
Yeah!
Yippee, let's go!
That's gonna be fun, mate. I can't wait to fall off
Is
one
it
of these with the
stormy?
wind.
Can I log
Oh,
this
Hurricane,
eye?
great.
Dude, I'm so scared to jump off right away.
No. I don't know what you do with the Cosmic Host map. I'm not sure. What's your FPS at, by the way, Larksa?
50?
50?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, my FPS is also not great on this map. You want to go main with me?
Yeah.
You got a bell? That was
I
fast.
got 3 items already.
Was that outside?
Woo!
The machine in the gallery? Oh yeah, maybe. Man, I bet there's like some cool secrets on this map with the jetpack.
Yeah. Oh, there's church music.
Oh, Jesus, Trey. Almost got me impaled.
Oh, right, that's muted. Yeah, there's like a eye that triggers these spike traps.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, I made it.
Clam.
Oh!
Watch out for the trap.
Yeah.
What is... I think there's a trap here, Larksa.
Oh, do we have the dungeon key?
You see that?
Yeah.
Do we have the dungeon key?
I don't think so.
Wait, no, but because there's the dungeon key.
I think Trey used it the last round. What the fuck is this? Nothing.
In case the Yippies try and steal it.
Alright, I think we just gotta jump this.
Yeah, let's do it. Nice.
Oh, there's the dungeon thing. Oh god, slime. Oh, water's going. Go up, go up, go up. Oh, I think we're safe here. Oh, Larksa should have stuck with me. Poor Larksa. You always got to be ready to like go up, like find elevation or like reach a higher point. That's what the wet.
Bro, the water went up so fast.
See the slime!
Oh, no,
Well, that doesn't.
I mean, I knew it was there. I just it
Seemed
was
like a
blending
very
in with the
healthy
fucking
place.
water. God damn it!
Wait, are they all drowning?
It was very blended.
Fuck.
Oh, it's the 2 fucking
No.
Finnish people again.
Classic.
Nar.
Jesus. Things were okay. Okay, somebody's alive still. Or, oh my god! Okay, Trey's alive. So is Lemba. Ainrun, Salad, Dist, and Larksa. Rip.
Yeah.
Holy.
I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day, you know?
I don't know where
Yeah.
anybody is.
Well, Lobos will probably chill at the ship at least, so.
Just. Hmm. Oh, Jesus Christ.
How do you not see that?
Oh my fucking god. Okay. That's fine.
Ray. Dude, if I thought he was gonna hit. I thought he was gonna hit the
Not
fucking
feeling so good
axe
about
trap again.
this. That's 3
I didn't
bodies
flush
already.
Ella. He's just not streaming today.
Well, Lepa's making it back, it seems.
Oh, the first time for everything.
Where's the ship?
I feel like Lepa's always alive.
Oh
He
god
never
damn it,
dies,
it's
dude.
over
He's not
there.
even dead the past 2 rounds.
Maybe it doesn't flood like all the way to the top floor.
The hell was that?
Guess it-
The big boom.
Everybody made it out.
I feel like Hurricane doesn't really do much.
Yeah, they don't. Apparently, they.
Can't see
Somebody
a
was
damn
saying
thing
it's
in
like
this weather.
windy, so it can like push you. around.
Hello,
like,
hello,
avoided
hi.
3 traps
Say-
by just like barely stopping. I found 3
Hello.
bodies as well.
Did you,
Yeah, I found-
did you find the chest?
The chest.
Yeah, there's a chest. I was thinking maybe you need to put this eye on it for it to open. Can I try?
No, it's not a chest. It's a door. I know where the door is though. Maybe, but it's.
No, no, no. I found a chest with a socket.
Could be another one. I
Oh,
don't know.
really?
Oh, he's thinking of
That's a
normal
dungeon
Yeah.
key,
chest.
right?
You know what? Actually, yeah.
Oh, what about
is
this?
a
What about
dungeon.
this?
No, that's too big. And I'm also
Oh,
thinking
okay.
maybe this is too big as well. I don't think we have anything now.
Porcelain.
Is everyone else dead?
Yeah, I saw 3 bodies
Ah,
there, so
yeah.
next to
Look
each
at
other.
that.
I literally,
They
I was like,
drowned?
hey, why is there 3 bodies here? I one step forward. There's like a swinging axe that goes in front of my face. So.
Should we? Maybe we should just leave.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
It's
really fine. Press it.
Oh,
so quiet.
Finally.
Jesus. Oh,
Yeah,
thank
what
you.
the hurricane is so loud.
Yeah, good work, guys.
yay!
Yay!
Did y'all got triple pendulumed or whatever?
There was like a slime that was chasing me, and
Oh,
I
I
went
see.
like higher up to avoid the water rising, and then I went back down, and the slime was like blending in with the water, and I died.
It was very funny.
I drowned, so.
Yeah, you on that map you gotta always be ready to like go to high ground. There's a lot of safe
Yeah.
spots from the water at least.
Yeah.
All right, well we can go to Alcatraz now. We should have enough money as long as we don't all die to the merchant.
Oh, yeah. Don't die to merchant.
Yeah?
Yeah, just don't die the merchant.
Want a cup of tea?
I
Do you want a cup?
merchant.
A cuppa.
I'd love a cup. I want a cup.
Hang on, you gotta do that high grid. You wanna go, want a cup of tea?
You go for some tea?
Hey, you want a cup?
Hello,
You want a
am I
cup
an
of
ace? You want a cup of tea?
You want a cup of piss?
I'm gonna check the gift store.
cup of piss.
Okay, for me, the
What does the gift store got? The chainsaw is actually pretty good. Oh, there's a Pikachu. Another chainsaw. I wonder what the hearts do. Puff bulb. Webley pickaxe. Bird cage. Oh, I wonder if you can put the bird that you steal in the bird cage or something. Coco Niki. So curious what all these things do.
I'm pretty sure it's fine, but
I'll wait until.
I
we're in
don't know if we
space.
want to sell everything, to be honest. We probably just get
we
enough for
don't.
like Alcatraz. Yeah, I don't think we need to sell
we
more
have
stuff.
7.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah, that's fine.
I wonder if we'll find the gloom tape again for that planet.
Yeah, we lost the gloom tape and the hive
Yeah.
tape,
Oh,
unfortunately.
the hive.
A hive. Oh,
Is everyone in here?
Yeah, the
oh I
Motra
bet
map.
it's all bees. Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I think Leppa's... Wait, no,
What?
Leppa's
I'm right
here.
here.
Oh, I'm just...
Where's Leppa? I
Who
haven't
are we
seen
missing?
her in
Salad?
so long.
Salad? We're missing salad.
Yeah, I don't know
He
where
was getting
Lobos
a
is.
cup of tea.
What?
Oh, there he is.
Oh, yeah.
I was at the
Alright,
shop.
guys. Alcatraz?
Yeah!
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz. Let's go.
That's where all the backseaters are.
Oh, what the fuck?
Asthma time.
I think
Shit.
I saw you could buy a bird cage.
Yeah, I saw.
Maybe you could put the bird you steal in there.
Is it expensive?
I also saw a Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Oh, well, so there's 2 maps, actually. So we unlocked that map we found. And somebody is heavy breathing.
Poor me, sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
You will be sorry, Trey.
Alright, Alcatraz is chill, so we'll go there.
Alcatraz is chill.
It's nice.
There's no
Ever
weather.
spoken.
There's no weather, yeah.
It says it has warm tropical forests and large oceans.
Prisoner of asthma.
Cool.
It's orange.
Track. Buddy system.
I'm gonna get in here.
Hmm.
Oh,
Give it
nice.
away,
That's so
Papa.
nice.
This is so nice.
Alcatraz, my ass.
palm
This is a
trees and
fucking
stuff.
nice island.
Wow, actually, I wanna stay here.
This is pretty nice. I want to look around. Wait, what is that sound?
This thing spinning.
Just birds, you know. Is it spinning? There's bees.
Oh, your favorite
Oh,
Lobos.
Yeah, go for it, Lobos. Good luck.
I'll get the bees. Careful, careful, careful.
Yeah.
Oh, Gloom. You found Gloom.
See what I found.
Nice. I wonder if there's a machine around. There's normally always like a logging machine somewhere
Yeah,
nearby.
there's a logging machine, dude. Can you use the tapes on it as well?
Oh, no, not the tape. We'll have to watch that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Did you find
The main entrance is...
Okay.
Yeah, the main is back here, and the logging machine is this way as well. might be some other like a log you can find somewhere. as
Somewhere on the
well,
map,
but,
yeah.
yeah. I don't really look around, but yeah, the logging machine is here.
Gotcha.
The entrance is there.
Yeah, this map's huge.
I like barely went to the left and found the tape and just came back in. And like,
Yeah, it's
this
smart.
time.
Oh, nothing.
Oh.
Here.
No, it's now here.
Now it's here.
Mine, careful.
Yeah, exactly. Now here.
Okay. There's now it's here. This.
Was there nothing this way?
There you go. Yeah, there's now here.
Now
Yeah, there's
here.
nothing this way anymore. It's far actually.
Oh, there's a leprechaun. There's a leprechaun.
I think there's a lot of paths here, though. I'm gonna... Like, maybe they missed something. Maybe not, though. Oh, no. Of course. Of course. God fucking damn it, dude. I'm dead.
Oh, it was actually Bracken that got you.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Well, I was
Yeah.
dead either way.
Yeah.
Oh.
What got you?
An apple and a police
Salad
badge,
aggroed a
a
turret,
ring through
and as I was running with him, I got
Hey, the job's heavy, you
fired.
know.
Oh,
Actually,
shit.
I
Not
got
good.
punched.
I
Shredded.
see.
What happened to the body?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Scared the living shit out of me. Holy crap. Right, well. Gotta find a new exit now since I can't really pass that. Okay.
Oh shit! It's one of the man-eaters. Leave! Abort! I don't know how they work.
Oh, Drake!
It's the Babby
Oh
thing.
no,
Wow.
did he get brackened?
Damn it!
I'm gone.
Yeah,
I don't know how they work.
Oh no! Everybody was a lot. What happened?
The bracken happened.
I don't fuck.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, guys. I have more loot. Take this. Guys?
Can the man-eater leave the dungeon?
Oh.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Bean.
As long as it's not evening.
Okay. I believe you this time.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all grouping up in a corner of the map. They're waiting for someone to exit.
Oh, Larksa also got a tape.
I guess I should go and get Leper's body.
Is that a logging company in the back? But
Wait, is
I
that
have
a
the
beehive
says logging
literally
company.
Oh yeah,
Outside
it does
the-
say logging company. Yeah.
Who died there?
Damn, we got two tapes.
It's
Nice.
probably wait. Who? Probably Lobos.
Oh, there. Oh, there was another hive. Oh, that's in
Yeah.
such a bad
Yeah.
spot. What the? F
Oh man.
I was
I got you
moving
pick up
it
the-
Oh,
on the other
no.
side of the map.
Well, that's
You
not fucking
bugged.
good.
Larksa. Oh.
God, there's bees! There's two bees! There's two bees! Two bees!
Oh nay. Oh. Okay. Actually, this is very
What
bad.
the fuck is going on?
There's two bees around the ship.
Oh
like
my
two
god, look at how many
beehives.
Bro, look at
Holy
that
shit.
Oh my god.
Dude, that's crazy.
Dude.
Another army.
Don't bring him in here!
Oh my god.
You press the button.
Ain!
What the fuck? What the? Oh, they're coming!
Bro! Oh my god.
Hey,
Oh no.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
what are they doing? Please don't fucking die. I'll just leave.
That's not.
Oh my god. Where are they going?
Well, the problem
Yeah, but
is,
there's, like,
the
another
fucking...
one too, and they're
The
both,
bees
like,
shouldn't
It's the
attack though,
Beehive.
I don't
Yeah,
think.
okay, wait.
They
How many
do.
people are alive?
Like, when
Is
you
it
walk
just you and
anywhere
me?
near that front door, they go for
I
you.
don't know.
Well, yeah, but in the they can
I
just
know that
leave, no?
Lobo's in the mental.
Yeah, they
I wanna
can,
go
but
check,
they're probably
I
both
might
on low
die, I have,
HP
like,
because
1
Ain
HP
ran them
left.
inside to
I'm
everyone.
like one tap as well. We gotta like get the ship going, honestly. Wait, okay.
Yeah.
Can we get wall
Here's
to
what we
leave?
do.
And maybe they just
Yeah.
wait.
If they go
Dude, we're
through
surrounded by
on the
baboons.
right hand side, it should be okay. Like if like
Yeah,
Flax
it's like
runs
bugging.
in from the right hand side straight away, she should be fine. They should be aggro.
Need to like sacrifice
Oh
ourselves.
god.
Where's the other beehive?
Please no.
Where is
It's
it?
on
Did
the
you see
ship,
how many
like, on
baboon
the
hawks
edge.
there were, by the
Yeah.
way?
Like on the other side,
There's
though, right?
genuinely like
Yeah, yeah.
15 over there.
Okay. Well, you have red HP as well?
Maybe we just call
Yeah,
for it
okay,
to
so
leave
what
and they
if
can
I
hide in the
aggro
back.
The bees and I run away?
Yeah, we
And
can
you
wall to
check the
leave.
monitor and leave if you have to.
I think I'm gonna aggro the bees and you just leave.
No, I think I should aggro the bees. Because I don't
Okay,
have
can
a
you-
crack in my screen. I have like slightly more HP.
Okay, can you aggro the one like over here though instead of that one?
What? What?
No! Aggro the
What
one
are, what are they
that's
doing?
melons.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna aggro.
I don't, well, actually, I don't know. I don't know.
What are you doing?
Wait, I'm gonna
Jesus
aggro both.
Christ.
Okay, I'm gonna run.
No.
Okay, tell me
From
where
right
you're going.
to.
I'm voting. It's like watching two headless fucking chickens.
Let's go!
What? What?
Okay.
Yo, that actually worked.
I'm leaving!
Get it?
I appreciate you.
Oh,
God.
that was the most stressful thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh my God, so heroic.
They didn't even
What's
get
that,
the
by way?
second hive.
That's
Did
okay.
you actually get the tape in?
I hope so.
Hey, no, that's a hard one.
Okay.
You got the
Fuck,
tape,
I'm
right,
watching two
Larksa? You
headless
dropped
chickens,
it?
You know.
Hey, I
We
dropped
clutched.
it.
We
Okay.
clutched.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Clutched, Lark, so we clutched.
Oh,
yeah.
Ain, you fucking ran them into me.
Company?
oh yeah, we have two.
Yeah, I
the
know.
same
I
one.
get it. Shut up, dude. I didn't even
Coconuts?
know. Why were they both on each side of the ship, man?
Because fucking Lobos died taking the second one.
Dude, the beehives are lethal.
And he just fucking sat in the corner screaming, "Don't bring them in!" He just runs them into me.
Dude, I was so confused. I'm sorry.
Well, good job, guys.
I've never
like
Ooh, 666 seed.
baboon hogs, and the next thing you know, you're dead.
That flooded?
It's a hurricane.
Oh, a hurricane.
Never mind.
Alright, I didn't even go inside.
Here I am.
Oh man. That was stressful. Ooh, I'm gonna look at what's up there. There might be something up there. Holy shit, my fucking FPS, dude. What the fuck? Oh, disable mortars. Jesus. Oh my god. Can I not fucking die this round, please? Oh, there's a... Okay, this is where main is. Oh, it's this fucking map. There's a fucking yippee bug. I don't like this. Hey, thank you, Deuterius. Dude, there's so many mines. What the fuck? Alright, let's get out of here. Dude, my FPS is fucking destroyed. Jesus Christ. Dude, I can't go through there.
Can you hear Lark Sixes? I don't know what you're saying.
There's fucking yippee bugs everywhere, man.
Oh my god, there was a mine here.
I think your mic broke or something.
This guy's gonna fucking destroy me. Was there another pathway?
Oh, is Lark dead?
Dude! Oh, somebody opened the door. Okay. Oh god, somebody's fucking dead. Oh, Jesus. Oh, wait, is this real? Oh god. Is this real? Oh. I hope, is everyone fucking dead, dude? I'm scared, dude. I feel like somehow I'm the only person left. Oh my god, I'm leaving. I don't know, maybe one person was alive, but I think everyone's dead. Oh, Jesus. Well, hey, at least I didn't die this time.
Really walk into a mine.
I was still alive, Dis.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lobos.
No, I'm just kidding. Let
okay.
killed me with a mine.
Downstairs, left. I'm
Shut
still
up.
questioning this. I'm not sure about that.
It's rainy. No.
It was a really sneaky mine.
Dude, that was terrifying.
Raining, it's pouring.
Alright.
Bro, I had so many items on me too, man.
Yeah.
I got the door enemy. I don't know what to do.
Or no.
What enemy did you say you got in?
With that enemy that comes out of the door? The one you
Oh,
open the door
no.
and he just goes, and you die?
Oh.
Maybe
What do you
open
do
the
with
door
that?
from the side, I don't
You
know.
can disable the mortars, by the way.
Yeah, I did that last.
I'll go disable them.
Bro, whoever
Okay.
did that showered like an entire set of mortars on top of me.
Oh.
That was me. Oh, I have a second flashlight. Oops. Lepa? Oh my god.
What? Okay.
Larkson disabled the mortars and it shot like 15 of them. Okay, I think.
Good grief. Oh, goodness gracious.
Alright. Is Lepa flying?
Whee! Sewer level.
Oh.
How you like my new hat?
This is beautiful. Going this way.
Annoying.
Oh, hey Trey. What's up? Oh, you got another one of those?
Oh, I'm mid. Yeah. I saw a scary monster in the ceiling.
Oh.
Like, it was like one of those like graded vents like up there. It was like peeking
Okay.
there and just like disappeared and ran away. So I don't know what it's about, but
I see. Lobos got shredded by the fan. Yeah, that was so funny. Prisoner's note. Wait, I can't get... The fuck? Oh no, something's coming out of that vent. Nothing?
nothing here.
Okay.
Well, I'm tempted to test. There's like a hole in here. I even did just death, right? But you can see a plant underneath here. But I don't know. It's just it's tempting.
I'm pretty sure that's death.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna drop the tape in there just for funsies.
I mean, hit the floor, but I don't think that necessarily means it's safe. I mean, where would it go? Like, I don't know. I don't Prism stone. I heard an enemy coming out of the vents over to the right.
That's
there.
yippee.
Yeah, there's nothing over that.
Yeah,
Oh, I guess that's what came out of the vents. I went through this one. I didn't go further down here, though.
I'm gonna take this one, I guess.
Congrats for the record. Did it count? I don't know. I submitted the run. I guess we'll have to see if they verify it or not. They disqualify me because I paused my game for 10 seconds. Oh no. There's a
Nothing
thumper.
here. Oh.
Yeah.
It's a bit scuffed. I'm betting it to me, the scuff. Hey, come here. No, it's on you.
Okay. I think I... Oh.
Okay, let's keep going. Just keep going. I'll go for it also. I don't know. It's...
I'm going.
Yep. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh no, the fucking butler's here. Trey?
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
coming.
yeah, let's go.
Keep going.
Yeah, we gotta... This butler's...
Oh!
It's fine,
Yeah.
as long as we're together.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the right way.
Yeah, me neither. It was this way somewhere, but... Yeah, this way, but this... No, it's not this way.
Oh, maybe we'll find some loot. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, that's... Wow. So sketchy.
The snare flea is moving around. It's gonna be on the ceiling somewhere that way. Careful.
Yeah.
It went that way.
They're like up there, the monster that I saw.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh my god. Dude,
Yeah, that's
what the
out of
fuck?
water, what the hell? Yeah.
The fuck is that, bro?
I have no idea, dude. This is...
You can just run. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's sketchy.
Oh my god. Is your FPS like cooked?
Oh, what? Dude. Yeah. No, mine is 120 at the moment.
Oh damn. Maybe I wonder if it's because I'm like host or something that it lags a bit more for me.
Yeah, maybe like it's loaded you. Maybe it's like using you as a proxy to like kind of keep track of everybody doing what they're doing everywhere. So.
Oh yeah, I guess I could turn it off 4K. I don't even know why I'm on 4K in this game. Just don't do anything.
Yeah. You're a bit dead.
Lobos seems alive.
He's dead.
Oh, now he's dead. Lepa's alive. Salad. I think Salad and Larks are together.
Well, I can hear Larks through your microphone screaming. Yeah, maybe they're outside, like, trying to get some
Yeah,
stuff.
I think so. Lark says being chased by something. Oh, she's getting fucking woodpeckered, bro.
Yeah.
Well, there's loot there. You want to try to grab that loot? I mean, I can stay here.
Sure. I'll go die.
Maybe do we have a stun? No.
Make sure you don't.
Yeah. Is everyone else dead? Wait, Lepa's still alive. Wait, is Ain alive? I feel like he's moving. Oh, Salad's alive.
The giant.
Oh, there's a fucking giant too.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
AB successfully kidnapped. I mean borrowed.
Yeah, you killed Barks though.
I killed her.
Well,
she tried
she
stealing one also.
Well, okay. Well, she died to the bird.
Yeah, it chose her over me.
Trey, did Trey die? He was trying to grab.
No, there's no
Oh,
way.
okay.
The bird is fucking pissed.
All right, shall we leave?
I think you just. I think you just like.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Dude, that. This is crazy. That thing's dangerous.
Maybe we should have tried a bunch of shovels and a chainsaw. Kill it. Surely.
Yeah, maybe we should actually try and kill it next time rather than just standing there and letting it kill us.
What the fuck? Did you guys see the hand monster?
I did.
No.
I saw the hand.
Oh, I've seen the hand before in the sewers, yeah.
No, but did
Lep,
you
I
see
was
that
trying
thing
to
act?
No.
It was worth it, Larksa. We got one.
I'm glad you made it out, Lepa. I was trying to find you.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank,
dude,
yes,
I
thank you.
I too, but I died somehow.
Damn.
It went for me and then it just chose you for some reason.
Yeah, that's like racist.
Well, movie time.
Fine.
Are we selling?
Yeah.
What are you selling? We're seeing what the
I
bird
think-
cage does.
Don't sell too much though.
Okay.
Just like 600-ish, I think. Let's see. We have Lacaro. That's 630. What's the other one? Do we get anything else? Let's see. Can I scan this note? Oh, guard note. What do you do with this map? Maybe I can put it here.
Do it.
My God, you're so smart.
I don't think it liked it.
Oh. Okay, so we put like a human in here.
It says children. Larks is basically a child.
No! I'm very tall.
Oh.
I have no idea what this map's for.
Are you items in the gift shop? I'm gonna go check.
Wait. So where are we
I think I
doing
might need
next?
to end it. But thanks for
You
thanks
gotta
for the
leave?
games.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I gotta leave.
No worries, buddy.
Okay.
Thanks for
Thanks,
joining,
guys.
Lepa.
Goodbye.
Till next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you, buddy. Bye-bye, buddy.
Bye.
Lepa's
Lepa.
leaving.
No!
He's not gonna be able to watch the movie.
He's not gonna be able to kill so many people. There's a movie to watch?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Do
going
we
up.
know how like progression works? Like, do we have to find every single planet, or is it just like?
No, I think a lot of them are
different ones?
optional. So like
Oh,
when
okay.
at the company building, there's 3 moons. It's like Motra Mortars, Acidir, and Infernace. And apparently, like each one of those planets will lead to a new one. It's like they each have like their own route. So like Acidir will lead to like Infernace will lead to Acidir, and then so on and so on. And there's
Oh,
like
okay.
3 routes you need to go down, and I think each route leads to one of those apparatus.
Right.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Did you have snakes?
So what have you been up to lately, Dis? How's life been, man?
I'm happy to be done with RE9.
Yeah, congrats.
Congrats!
Well, we need tray and
Salad.
salad.
At South was in a gift shop, and there was like a fart.
I think he
crash
bought a
on
bird
Reddit.
cage for the bird he stole.
Oh, yeah, it was fucked up.
I'll go tell him we're watching the movie. I don't know if they know.
Okay.
Yeah, we're watching movie.
Oh, 1 second. Hold on.
Are you trying to put the
There you go.
bird in the cage? Oh, it actually
It's in
worked.
It
Nice.
did, no. It is not in the
Oh,
cage.
I see.
dropped it. You cannot put it in the cage. It was a waste of time and waste of money.
Rip.
I guess we have a pet bird now. It's emergency
Yeah.
funds. Emergency funds.
Hmm.
It's an illusion.
First day.
Are you in need of money?
Yes.
Do you
Yeah.
want a stable job?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you like safe and
No.
healthy work
Yeah.
environment?
No.
Come to Gloom. There
Oh,
are
Gloom.
trees growing on trees, and we need them all down. Would you help us with that? Gloom Logging Company. Get lost in history.
Bro, I love deforestation.
The cave. The cabin. Map in the cave. Uh-huh.
In the woods.
Cabin in the woods?
That's a good movie.
That movie sucked.
What? I like
That
that movie.
sucked.
I like that movie.
Oh,
There
whatever.
were no booba.
No coca either.
Yeah.
Wait, do we have another movie to watch?
I think it was just the one.
Oh.
All right.
We have like 3 tapes, but it's all the same one.
Oh. All right. We have a new place to go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Well, I mean, Gloom, I guess, but.
Yeah, we can go
Oh,
Gloom.
the bird cage. Holy shit.
Yeah. That's emergency funds, okay?
Let's see, how much does it cost to go there? It's
Let's hope
220.
it wasn't, I was gonna say, let's hope it's not more than it cost for the bird cage.
We also got Lucaro. That's the map on Atlantis we found.
Lucario.
We could go there, but we need to sell 80 more. It's a good enough money.
Let's do it.
Let's do
I
it.
can
Not
sell a
bad.
hive.
Yeah.
All
I'll
right.
sell a
Go.
hive.
Yeah.
Oh.
Put the baby bird on the counter. Oh yeah. We could try.
Don't you dare. Someone stop him!
What?
He's kidnapping the child I kidnapped!
Oh. Oh.
Leave your phone, money, keys.
What the
phone.
fuck?
Oh.
Maybe it has to be one of those things that says.
Well, we had a child.
It said children, yeah.
Yeah, true.
Oh, well, Carl's
Oh, now he's
ready.
gonna have to spend the next like 5 minutes putting it in the cage properly.
Sticking it
Oh,
out.
it's clipping
That's
this.
gross.
Rainy Carl?
Yeah, do it.
Well, we gotta take off first. Is everyone here?
It'll do. That'll do.
I think we're
2, 4. Wait, 2, 4. Are we missing someone?
Lepa left.
Oh.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said fuck salad and bounced.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's
did.
fair on.
He did.
That sounds like something you do, actually.
Yeah, I do wonder what that counter's for.
He's off to the sauna.
Oh, I would love the sauna right now. What is it, Ain? Check like the weather first.
It's
I think
Oh,
raining.
it's Forsaken now. What is Forsaken?
Oh.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's just blood rain.
Oh, okay.
Just creepy as fuck. No worries.
Blood rain.
Extremely hot, dry,
Routing?
dusty terrain.
Routing
Everyone's
to the
close to plant life.
abandoned crystal mines.
Oh, it's like Elden Ring.
Population suffocated.
Ring. Oh my
And
god,
we're
I
barely
cannot fuck.
gonna be able to see anything.
Oh,
That'll be fine.
Wow.
Oh, maybe.
Can we like pickaxe
breakable?
through this?
Do we? Yeah, we have a pickaxe in here, right?
Oh, that'd be
Do
interesting.
we not? Or
Maybe
do
we can just
sell it?
shovel it.
What about a ladder? Buy a ladder. Oh, we don't have money.
What about chainsaw?
Nice. We broke it.
Oh, it worked.
Oh,
Wow.
Chainsaw is strong.
damn.
Interesting.
That's sick.
Okay, I should have taken a flashlight.
You always go back. We're not very far.
No,
it's
no, it's too late now. Yeah.
Too late. Yeah, we gotta be.
Oh my!
What is happening?
What was that?
Can't see anything.
What the
Go down into that.
No, that's lava.
Bubbles, are you sure?
Oh God!
Whoa!
What the fuck?
Oh, wait, she's moving. Wait, she moved.
She
She disappeared.
What the dude, the rock almost just fucking fell on me. Wait, I think these
Oh, yeah.
stalagmites fall.
Yeah, the stalagmites fall.
Oh.
Wait, this actually, I think it's a stalactite.
It's this.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Wait, do we need
Actually-
to mine more? Can we mine this? Oh wait, never mind. This doesn't do anything.
Holy shit! Rock.
God, I can't see.
Yeah, the Forsaken is making this kind of rough.
There's got to be an entrance somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we can go down here, I think. Can we?
Oh, we have to
Or
go
is that-
on the.
oh, look.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
We gotta
Wait,
jump.
is it, oh no.
Yeah,
Oh, dude,
another
I was
one's
about to jump onto it.
this one.
And then what? Other side? Oh, okay. Oh my god. Okay, you go first. I don't know why I'm like.
Trey disconnected. Oh no.
I would rage quit too if I was in. There's something about the way.
Oh,
he's
you
been
have to
playing,
bail,
you know,
Trey?
it's-
Okay, no worries, buddy.
Oh, see you later, Trey.
Goodbye, Trey. Thanks for playing, man.
Oh, fire it. Escape. Okay. Oh, we found something.
Hmm.
Okay, I think I fucked up by not bringing a flashlight.
It's fine. I got one, buddy. Oh Jesus.
Fire barrel and a breakable
That's a
stalagmite.
big.
A big barrel, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, there's. Are you okay?
did you see that?
I heard it. I didn't see it. I found a tiny barrel.
There's a chisel here.
Oh, wait. Come here.
Hold on, I'm grabbing
That
this.
looks special. Is that a key? No. Okay, what is it? There's like a blue
Can you
crystal.
can
see
you
this?
grab this?
Okay.
I think we can just.
is
I think
this?
it's just a lootable. Yeah.
Yeah, an amethyst. Oh, 120. All right.
Oh.
Is that a 200?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it here.
Okay. I'll leave this here too, I guess. Well, I can break this out.
Oh, we can.
Shovel.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right?
Come break this.
Okay.
Candle.
Oh, a candle.
Oh, another.
Another one of these. Ooh, and a gunpowder barrel. Oh, there's a lot of money here. Wait, is this a trap? Oh, shit. Chill. Watch out. Up here.
Yeah. There's another gunpowder barrel here.
Okay.
Oh, and another chisel? Yeah.
Well, we have enough for 4 slots on 1 person.
Oh my god.
Oh, yep, I saw that too this time, yeah. Do you want to leave?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
You get that. Yeah, you grab that, and then let's get out of here.
Bro, I literally can't see with this fucking.
Yeah, I know. I need to go back and get that other amethyst.
Yeah.
Where did I left it here? I'm gonna drop the flashlight for this thing. I think we go back this way.
But what about the barrel? Do you not want that?
Do you have space? I don't have space.
Well, I'll drop the shovel, I guess.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Don't leave without me. Where are you?
I'm in the room with the
see?
big gun, the big barrel.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Where's it?
My god.
Is that thing gonna kill us?
I don't know.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, we're not making it out of this.
Yes, we are. We're close. We're close. It's right here.
Okay. Yeah, now how the fuck are we making it back, though?
My god. This fucking crystal, bro.
Dude, it's so bad. Help. Okay, wait, this is the jump thing, right? Yeah, okay. Oh, this is gonna be sick. Wait, so we gotta, like, jump and then... Oh, man. Is this really the only way for us to go?
I'm jumping.
Okay. Oh my god, that was scary.
Okay, we're fine. It's this way, I think. I think we're close to the exit. I think it's this way. Maybe.
Hey, I see main entrance on my map. Well, I don't know if that's a good thing, though. We didn't see main come in, I think.
Where the hell is the ship? I don't know if we went the right way.
Well, let's go to main, maybe? And maybe we can
No, I don't know. I think we go back this way.
Okay, alright. Alright.
I think the path is just the other way here.
Okay, someone made it back.
Should be like this way and then to the right, I think. Wait, fire exit? Wait, did I just take us fucking back in a circle?
Yeah, something like that. Wait, we didn't even do the jump, though.
No.
Help! Yep, I mean... Sure, looks
Now we're
like a
just
circle
back
to me.
here, yeah.
Well...
Hold on, I'm looking around.
Well, we should
I
stick
think,
together.
yeah. I think we need to go the other way. Or like
Okay.
this way.
Okay.
I think it's just like the opposite direction. To get to the ship.
Okay.
Come on, ship. Where are you?
This?
It's getting dark.
Yep. Oh, we need to get out of here.
Dude, I
We
can't
need to get
fucking
out.
see anything. Where?
Okay, look, just
Dude,
look
the
at the-
rock
okay.
fucking fell and trapped us.
Wait, really?
Yes, really.
There's no way. Really?
Yes, really.
Are you serious? No, we're fine. It's just dark. Hold on.
No. It blocked our path, bro. 100%.
Yeah, but we can go back.
We can go up here. We can go up here. Hold on.
Yeah. Let's go to high ground.
Help!
Oh wait, this might be the way. This might be the way.
I fell.
Oh no.
Yeah, go on without me. I fell. I'll try to find my way.
There's another fucking fire escape here. It's so fucking Jover, dude.
Wait. Oh, I find the ship. I'm on the ship. Fall down.
Wait, fall down? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This way? I can see it on my scanner.
Okay, nice.
Okay. Now, as to how we get there.
We're coming.
Help!
We're coming.
Yeah. Help!
Yeah.
Oh my God, we did it! We did it! Oh no!
Woohoo!
Ooh,
We
crystals.
got so much loot.
Can you grab that
as
shovel,
well.
Nice.
Lobos?
Bro,
The
I
shovel?
can't jump up.
It's just right in front of the ship.
Wait, what? You roboted.
I got it.
Oh, we
Oh, I
made
see,
it,
I
man.
see.
Holy.
Do you pickaxe the crystals or anything?
You can...
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
You can like break
Oh, okay.
the rocks that fall down though with the shovel. One
Yeah,
like
yeah.
fell behind us and then blocked our path back.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I was like trapped, and then I found a fire escape, and I don't know, it worked out.
I assume everyone else
fell
is
down,
dead.
luckily, and I could
think so, yeah.
I got to scan the ship.
Yeah.
I got this note. It just talks about coming here to mine crystals, so
Okay.
that's fine.
$529.
3,600 loot total? What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, I probably had like 1,000 on me. And
Are
I
you
died.
serious?
It's bullshit.
Wow.
Dude, there's so many pieces. And I couldn't get out
So many what?
because pieces of loot. But fucking a rock landed
Oh yeah.
on my exit
Trade
and killed
PC,
Mark.
Yeah. Yeah, he said he had to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's foggy.
Suspicious. Both the Finnish people leave more or less at the same time.
Foggy.
Oh, the man
Yeah.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
Tweedly deedly.
I think we all kind of need to keep like shovels on us.
Yeah, maybe.
For this map.
Maybe we gotta go in twos. One person with a
Was it-
shovel and one with a
Yeah.
flashlight.
True. I'll bring a flashlight. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a flashlight.
I got a shovel.
Okay. Alexa, you
That was just the map, right? Not
I go with
Forsaken
the
that was doing that.
That went so well
I don't know.
last time.
Foggy is gonna be so horrible though.
Yeah.
No,
Flashlight's
Foggy.
gonna be trash, but
Yeah, I don't know.
Fog is so bad. Fog is just death.
Yeah. But we paid for it.
Yeah.
yeah, we gotta make
Oh.
our money back.
Okay, now one
Yeah.
person stay on the ship. Who's not streaming, you can stay on the ship.
Well,
The ship if you want me to, I guess.
Yeah, whoever's not.
let's see what it's like. Maybe it's not that bad.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
mean, I couldn't see anything
Uh,
last time we came here anyway.
copium. Oh my god.
Not that bad, guys. It's not
that
that
bad.
bad, actually.
Nice.
I can stay on the ship, yeah.
I can't fucking see.
Okay.
Go.
Alright, good luck.
Okay, so
Goodbye, Anne. My friend. I'll
I'll come
miss
rescue
you.
you.
Did you guys find Maine?
Maine is like super far away.
And
Oh, yeah. I
There's
don't
a-
think that.
Yeah, you can jump across here. I don't know.
Okay, that is not where we went.
is that where the
no.
fire escape
Yeah,
is?
yeah.
'Cause
If
I
we
did-
jump across, we can do fire escape.
The
You
way
get-
we
Yeah,
went
that's
to
what I
back
did
here,
last
think.
time.
Oh my god, there's fucking bees!
Bees!
I don't know if I want to go that way.
What the hell? It pushed me off!
Are you dead, Lobos? Oh no. Lobos fell in a hole. Oh god. I'm not fucking going that way. Wait, what was that? I just saw... Wait, I'm going back towards the Dude, this map is fucked. Like, actually fucked. This is horrible. That's the... Dude. Can't even find my way in the fucking place, man. Where's the path to main? I have no idea. This way, maybe? Dude, main is so far away. Oh shit, we're in here.
Guys, flop.
Fake doors. Dude, what is this? Yeah, I remember playing this map before. Oh, there's like a deer in the cage. This fucking blob is chasing me. Hey guys. Dude, where's the loot? What the hell? Oh god, there's a nutcracker. This is not nice. Dude, where is the fucking loot? Is there a staircase? Oh my god, the fucking bracken is here. I don't know how to get up. Fucking bracken is probably hunting me. I feel like I need to use the elevator, but... Can't jump up. Somebody still alive over here? Hello? Oh my god. I don't know how to fucking get up. I'm stuck down below.
Oh, you're down below?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. Oh. What the fuck is going on? I think we can get up with this cannon. This is fucked. I haven't found anything. Oh. Jesus Christ. Oh, salad fucking got crushed. There's no way I'm making it out of this. Dude, there's no loot on this map. What is this? I think I see a fire escape. Maybe up here. Oh. I'm going to fire. Fuck this. We got some loot. Larksa. Where's Larksa? Larksa? I should just leave. I'm gonna leave. I don't know. Larksa's fucking dead. Wait, Larksa!
Oh my god, yeah!
Hi. Where are you?
Dude, I hear you in my right. Oh
Hey.
my god.
Okay, let's get the fuck out of here, Larksa.
Yeah, there's bees, just saying.
Okay, we have to go through the bees. We have
We
no
have
choice.
to go-
Yes, we...
Okay, so wait, I have loot. Like, if I die, will you grab this?
Wait, we can go to the right, I think. We can go... Oh no, did she die? Oh, Larksa, no! Larksa, I'm sorry, Larksa. Dude, these fucking... Dude, I like, this is the most fucking troll beehive ever. Oh. Oh. How the fuck did I do that? Which direction is it after I jump up here? Is it to the right? Ship? I think I saw ship.
Yo, guys?
Hey, hey. Wait, oh.
It's over here.
Okay, I don't know if I can go this way. I gotta go around. Fuck.
I can hear you. Where are you?
Ain? I think it's this way. I think I'm gonna make it. Wait, no? Am I griefing? Dude, I don't know. I don't know how to get here. I'm so lost.
No, listen to me. Where are you?
Okay, I don't know. I'm like, I'm by this fucking rock, but like, if I fall down, I
you're
think...
like on the... You're on the other side. Is there a hole in the middle?
I don't know. I'm jumping.
Yeah, oh, no.
Okay.
He needs to get back to the ship. It's
You
leaving.
have to go back to the ship, or his
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
mission has been
Oh, it's true. Ain, oh my god.
And get on the fucking ship. What is he doing? Get on the
There's a
ship.
dog. Oh, but he went the wrong way. He's following the dog.
Stay there.
Get
And
on the shade.
what is he doing?
He thinks it's Bastard Dog!
God damn it, Adrian!
Oh my fucking god.
Good thing he stayed at the ship.
Yeah, I'm so glad.
Hey, no!
You had one job, Ain! One
It's not
job!
my fault! It's
I'm
not
so
my
glad you
fault!
stayed at the ship.
It's not my fault. I came out to help you guys because you were lost!
Did you not see the time, though?
I did, but I thought I could get you and go back, and it got so bad.
Yeah,
I
and
thought
then
I
you-
could make it.
And then you went past the fucking
God.
It was
ship
before
again.
the dog.
Dude, it was
You
so
followed the
dark.
dino.
It was so dark. I couldn't see.
You could have scanned it, though,
You
right?
all died.
Yeah, but
You
your
all
job
died.
was to stay at the ship.
You all died. You jumped into a hole.
Yeah, because I couldn't find a way.
You jumped into a hole. You gave up.
We have to get 800 money in one day.
And it's
on
foggy. This is.
I think we could do it.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, 8:30.
Okay,
We
Oh.
just
Let's
go out.
Oh,
Let's
jeez.
go out with a bang.
Ain, that was not very cash money of you.
You all died. You all died.
we
Yeah, but that was expected.
we leave leave Adrian behind.
You know what? I'm done. I'm done with you all. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm going my own way.
Right, we're going to Maine.
This is why he's an
Follow me.
intern.
We're going to Maine.
Wow.
I'm done. I'm going my own way.
I'm
You're
following
literally
salad.
going our way.
I'm going my own way. That's just a coincidence.
Oh, nice.
Follow the leader. Holy moly.
Yeah, I see it. Main right there. Easy. Efficiency.
Yeah. This
Oh, I
Lobos'
follow him.
second home.
Yes, sir. This is the Maine.
Dude, this map is. I hope the interior is different this time. That last one was horrible.
Yeah, it was awful. Oh, it
Mine.
is mine. Good.
Am I gonna dig a cave? Violent?
True.
Come
I'm going my
on.
own way.
Wait, what? Wait.
Can anyone press the button?
Button! Pull the button!
I can't fucking see the button. Where is it?
Everybody crouch!
No! What the hell?
I'm getting it. Oh, it's going.
He's going his own way.
Yeah, it's true. He's going his own. Oh,
Wow! Look at that!
Oh, nice.
Oh. Okay, let's put that.
Yeah, we only
Yeah,
need
put
another,
everything.
like,
Put everything in the
5 billion.
elevator. Boulder.
Same leaving, same taking the elevator back.
What?
Hmm. Oh! Okay.
Stalagmite.
Stalagmita.
Fire exit is here.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Where are the caves? Oh, the fuck? Oh.
Dude, is Ain griefing us?
Where are the caves? No, this was the mine room. What's he doing?
I don't know. He just keeps sending the elevator back up.
I keep going in the same rooms. Oh god. Wait, this way.
I'm sorry, do I get to use the elevator?
Yeah.
Can I use it? Is that okay? Is that
So
okay?
we don't talk to people who enter rooms.
Look what I have.
Oh. Oh, what the fuck? Is that worth a lot?
I can't see. I don't know.
Oh, it's worth 64.
64. Okay.
Put that in the elevator.
Clang.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't know where. Oh, here.
Is that a bracken?
Why'd you start drinking it then? Oh!
Oh, oh. I think.
Oh.
Hey. Hey, Lobo! Salad's dead too. Oh my. Oh my fucking god.
Larson's dead.
Oh, it's so over. Oh! Yeah,
Who else is dead?
everyone.
Okay. Well. Oh, I see.
Oh!
Oh. Where are you?
There's a bracken.
Oh. Okay. Well.
Yeah, we're fucked, dude.
Well. You know the way back to the ship?
Not really. Oh, this way is the way back to the elevator.
Well,
But I mean,
someone needs to get stuff, so maybe you should go and I'll try to get more shit. Maybe?
yeah. Oh, there's a nutcracker. Oh, great. Oh, fucking amazing.
Jeez. That was so funny on my camera.
Okay, now Aaron will do 1,000 quota right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
yeah.
Dude, this map is the worst.
Yeah, this is brutal. And like everything's blocked with stalagmites too.
Who said we should go here?
Yeah, I don't know if I want to come back to this planet.
Yeah. We should have to probably find a fucking thing on it that gives us a new map.
Yeah, maybe. Well, is this the... This is Lakara, right? We didn't go to Gloom. I think.
Yeah, true.
Oh.
Yeah, because Gloom, the video, said there was like a map in the cave, right?
Oh, maybe.
In that video we watched.
Yeah, showed a bunch of stuff.
So we
Yeah,
can figure
yeah.
out with the spider
Yeah.
thing is like, and the bracken, and the nutcracker.
He's gonna get Bracken, surely.
No.
I have a feeling.
No, I probably think it's nutcracker instead.
I'm gonna watch
Oh,
behind him.
spider.
Where's the Bracken?
Yeah.
That's a big rock, my god.
Oh god!
Oh. Oh god. Oh dear.
Oh my god, he's a gamer. He's actually here.
Yeah, he's gaming. Oh shit.
We have to go back and forth like 5 times.
Yeah, he's got like 200 there.
One rock's gonna collapse on him on the way back and he's not gonna be able to get back in. Holy fucking fire minecart, my god. There's no way he could see holding that.
That could be Giga.
Yeah.
You need a fucking
That's how he
shopping cart, like in Murky Divers, so you can carry them.
Yeah, that would be nice. Honestly, getting like a utility slot mod might be a nice idea for the future. Just for like the
Yeah.
flashlight.
I mean, it's in the base game now, so.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's true. Call the trolley, what else would you call it?
Should be able to put the loot in the minecart.
Yeah!
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's going.
Am I done with RE9? I don't know. Probably. I do still
Yeah,
want to
it's
try to
silent.
kind of get sub 131, but
While he works.
I don't really know if it's...
Yeah, he is.
I don't know if I care that much. Lethal, or... Pragmata comes out like really soon, anyways. So.
Okay.
Never mind.
Okay. Alright,
He's trying to do the logistics.
Okay. Fuck this rock fuck!
Not going the right way.
Okay, let's just...
It just falls
Is
in
there
the
early
lava
access
immediately.
for Pragmata tomorrow?
Way out.
Yes, okay, yeah. Okay, this feels interesting.
What?
Nope, okay. Okay. Right, okay. Yes. Okay.
Just come to the same place again. I want to get a child lost at the shops.
Right, alright, what's that? It's just like,
Yeah, it's just up the ramp.
Thing.
Right.
Yeah, it's just uppies.
Oh, hold on. This is leading somewhere.
Balls?
Oh.
I watch him go left instead of right.
I messaged one of the Capcom staff about Pragmata. Maybe I can get a key or like early access or whatever.
Over. He's not even
He's
going much
trying,
off the ship at
but-
this point.
Yeah, it's Jova.
My streamer.
This map is really confusing, and it doesn't help
It
that it's been
really
like
is.
foggy and like forsaken,
Yeah,
so we can't
double
actually
foggy.
like learn the layout
Twice in a
very
row
well.
foggy as well. It's so
Yeah.
fucked.
I bet Adrian's getting flashbacks right now.
Yeah, PTSD from last time.
The ship!
Oh my god, he might get one piece of loot on it before it leaves.
Yay!
Let's
Imagine
go
if it leaves
in.
because he couldn't get on it.
Yeah, I was hoping that would happen. Hey.
Maybe that's
Got $100.
Well.
100, let's go.
Back out.
And you gotta go back,
What
buddy.
a sad
Yeah,
state
700
of
more.
affairs.
Where's he?
Oh, he's taking the shovel, he's saving
What are you
it.
gonna do? The only survivor.
Well, at least we'll have a fresh start.
True.
this is how it goes sometimes, I guess.
I'm gonna be
Where's my
right back.
team?
Carry on without me.
Alright.
Well, it was a good run, gentlemen.
Yeah. Good job, Adrian.
We all get one
Okay,
pink
yes,
crystal
all
to
my
hold while
fault.
we die.
Oh, okay. I'll regret it.
Sorry, you don't get any aim.
You're gonna have this key.
I'll grab the key.
Shovel.
Alright.
Your performance has been deemed below standard. Welcome to our disciplinary process.
I submitted my run on speedrun.com, but it hasn't been approved yet. Well, I'm thinking we could maybe call it here and just start fresh from like 0 quota next time we play.
Yeah.
I think that might be.
Mm.
I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I mean, 2 people are gone, and
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
salad here.
Yeah, salad tea.
Okay.
Play Minecraft.
Yeah, I guess we can call it here, and we'll have a fresh start for next time.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
All right.
Thanks for the games.
Yeah, it was fun, guys. Thanks for playing, everybody.
See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I'll miss you, Wayne.
Me too.
Have a safe flight.
Thank you. See you later. Bye.
Bye. All right, chap. Well, we made some progress. We got some new moons. We unlocked what? Lucaro. Oh, you know what? I don't think we ever went to Descent yet, now that I think about it. I forgot about that moon. But yeah, we unlocked, what? Alcatraz, Gloom, and Lucaro today? 3 new moons, I think? I think that sounds correct. Yeah, you need to play this mod pack on V73. I don't know, we could have kept playing, but I feel like it's probably best just to wait until we have the full crew back again, and we just wiped, so... I don't know. I figured that was a good time to call it. We have a fresh start for next time. Wants to play Helldivers 2 more? I like Helldivers 2. I'd be down to play. Dude, some of the later moons in this mod are like super difficult. This one was brutal. Like, holy shit. It was actually brutal. Yeah, we have Uldred. We've unlocked how many new moons? Asteroid, well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've unlocked 16 moons. Total. I think there's like 35 moons. It's actually crazy how much content this mod has. You'll need the terminal mod in order to see every moon in this. There's too many to fit in the vanilla terminal. Oh, really? Okay. I guess I'll have to download that for next time. Does everyone need that mod? Not sure. Don't hear the friends? Yeah, everybody. We called it for the day. We all died and lost our loot, so... Just the host? Okay. I see. Oh yeah, view monitor. How was the floor above? It's pretty good. How do you look at, like... We found something called, like, a guard's note. I don't... Because it's not bestiary, but... I don't know how you... How do you look at, like, the logs or, like, the journals or whatever? Actually don't know. Oh, Sigurd, right. Guard note. View guard note. Wait. View guard note. The fuck? I don't know. Is it bugged, I guess? Weird. I did the capitalization. Wait, read. Use mouse? I don't know what that means. I can't use the mouse. Huh. Strange. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Try landing. solo attempt. Dude, trying to solo this mod would actually be like fucking impossible, I feel like. I can't remember, does it use a day if you go to the company building? I don't think it does it? View Sigurd? No. Yeah, I don't know, it doesn't work. It's fucking weird. Very strange. Yeah, I guess... I don't know why. Just... doesn't work for some reason. Strange. Very strange. But yeah, it was a fun session today. Yeah, this mod's really difficult though. Like, actually. Yeah, we're done with Lethal Company for today. I don't know, it should open up. Time for Dark and Darker? No. Am I gonna play the new OSRS League? No, I don't think so. I'm still curious what this floppy disk is for. Yeah. I think I might call it today, chat, for the stream. I am worn out from streaming so much. I have been streaming nonstop for like literally a month and a half straight. I don't think I've taken a day off in like a fucking month. So yeah, I might call it here and just go relax. I want to just relax. Riot. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. I need some rest, man. I want to try to get sub 131 in RE9, but I don't really want to do any runs today, to be honest. I just want to yeah, I'll probably stream tomorrow. I mean, maybe we'll be able to get early access or something for Pragmata. I don't know. Where's the RE9 Recce? It's on my YouTube. But yeah, thank you all for watching, guys. Thanks for being here, everybody. I'm gonna give a raid to Larksa. She's finishing up her playthrough of Mass Effect. Go say hi to Larksa. I will yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you didn't if you didn't see the RE9 record, it is up on my YouTube channel. I think I'm gonna go get some ramen and maybe just chill in bed and like watch a movie or something. I am tired.